Hello again, rally fans. So today we're going to open up this pop race Toyota Celica GT4, and what you're seeing next to it is a 187 scale model made by Spark Model. And both of these cars won the Safari Rally, which is considered to be the most difficult rally out there within the WRC Championship. Some people have said that winning this rally is like winning 3 different other rallies within the WRC calendar. So at least that's what Wikipedia is telling me. The Safari Rally actually originated in 1953, and it takes place in Kenya. It's been off and on though for the last few years. COVID, prevented it from happening recently, but I guess there were some financial problems as well. So it's not a regular lineup in the WRC calendar. But anyways, we're more interested in the diecast cars, right? So yeah, the GT4 here is a specifically made for rally racing car by Toyota, and the very first one came out in 1986. But what we're looking at is the second generation, which is called the ST185, and this thing has a 2-liter turbocharged engine, which is like around 220 horsepower. And it has all-wheel drive, of course, being a rally car. In fact, let me angle this down a little bit. Also, on a different note, on March 2nd, on the Lamley Group website, Will Diecast did an article on this particular diecast. And it says in that article that Inno64 made this model. So not Pop Race. Pop Race is just rebranding it. So there's the information that was mentioned in that article. Okay. Let me try to open this up without tearing it. I'm trying to figure. Alright. Alright, what do you know? The ruler worked in that case. Alright, so let's get this out. You got your standard plastic display case. And is it easy to open? Yeah, relatively easy. There's no tape holding it, so that's good. I'm not going to take this off the stand because I did that with my other Inno64 Mitsu Lancer, and the mudguard fell off because I was handling the car. So these are really delicate parts, so I'm not going to take this one off the stand either. Okay, well anyways, let's take a look here. Start with the side. So, really nice wheels here. Very nicely molded, and they got the OZ branding on them, so that's really nicely done. And it looks like there's a separate color here for the lug nut holes and the center cap, and then the tires have printing on them as well. So there's a lot of steps going on in just the wheels here. I don't think there's any disc brakes because I don't even know if there's air going through those spokes. Well, if you look at my pick here, it actually does go into the hole, but I just don't know if it's hollow. I wouldn't really expect it to be hollow, but let me see if the flashlight can shine some light back through. No, I think those are solid wheels, but I think it's fine because those air gaps between the spokes are really, really small. Okay, so number 1 is printed really well. In fact, all these graphics, they look like they're tampo printed. I don't see any of that clear bubbliness with a decal. So this is very nice. I think long term this should keep its graphics. Not that you'd really want to play around with this kind of model, but with decals, I think with age the decals crack and start to peel off the cars. So it's a concern of mine with Inno. But okay, look at this door handle. I don't know if you can tell, but if I twist it here, it does feel like it sticks out of the body. It's not like flush, it's not just a graphic. It seems like there actually is a little bit of a bump there. So that's good, and there's a tiny little silver keyhole printed there, so that's nice. Alright, so yeah, as I mentioned, super thin mud guards here on these types of models. Really neat. There are some tiny mirrors here, and there's an even tinier reflective insert there. It's not paint, it's quite reflective, so that's really nice. Okay, looking around to the back, we got this 3D exhaust pipe here. So it might just look black to you guys, but there is some depth to it, as Mr. Picky Pick here will show. So Okay, and then we got the, some nice red lensed tail lights, of course. And there's a license plate detail. That's great. Makes it look realistic. The wing isn't super thick. You can actually see air going through it, right? So that's really nicely done. Okay. And then super thin defroster lines, which are really great. Much better than Mini GT, that's for sure. It's nice to see that detail. And what looks like the fuel tank is here. It's like this metallic gunmetal, and you can see the pipe going to the fuel cap there. So that's really nice, really great detail. You got the East Safari Rally emblem there, or what are these called? I don't know what that thing is. It's the number plate, I guess. Alright, Toyota printed nicely. Again, they're printed, they're not decals, so all these graphics look great. And this antenna is relatively vertical, so that's nice. I've had I think my Tarmac Works Lancer has a crooked antenna, so this is great. There's a whole strut and roll cage system going on in here, so a lot of extra detail there going on the inside. I'll pull out the flashlight later and we'll see more of the interior later, but let's finish up the outside here. So on this side of the car, yeah, looks pretty good. Some black paint here for the window molding, and again that reflective mirror. This is a backside of an additional fog lamp, I imagine, but in this case the silver looks like it's painted. It's not a reflective piece, but still better than just plain black, so that's good. Alright, so now we got this like bull bar here, this brush card, because literally in Africa there's probably wildebeest and other large animals that might have to be taken into account, because if you hit a wildebeest, you're totaled. I mean, you're out of the race for sure. Okay, and then yeah, this roll cage has this it's not a roll cage but brush guard here. It's got some plastic supports coming out from the bottom. And then look at this little turn signal is a separate plastic piece. So of recent I've been looking at all the NSXs out there. Hobby Japan, TLV, Ignition Model. Those are the three I can think of, and none of them have a plastic insert here. They're all painted. So I just don't think I'm going to get a first generation NSX. I just think it's lazy in all three of those companies. But this is good. That's an actual insert. Okay, so yeah, the headlights as well. There's a plastic insert, and there's a little circular shape behind it. It's part of it looks like a light bulb of some sort, or like a light bucket. So it's very realistic looking. This little grill here. Yeah, there's a texture. You can hear it. I can't actually see it, but Dental Pick is telling me there's a texture down there. It's probably similar to this texture here. So this radiator vent here is texturized. If I'm gonna be really nitpicky, the black didn't run all the way over here, but I'm okay with it. Okay, and so you have this additional snorkel piece here. I've seen other pictures of this East African rally car literally submerged in water up to the windshield, so I can definitely understand why the snorkel is there on this car. They're pretty much submerging themselves through rivers and stuff. Okay, so I'm guessing this is an intake for additional air for the driver and the co-pilot. Okay, so the exterior is looking quite fantastic, really. Almost 100% flawless. I don't see any well, let me see, what is that? This little black here on this bumper. Oh, that was just some dust. The Dental Pick picked it off. So the only issue, I guess, is this tiny bit of the vent wasn't painted 100% perfect. But I would say this is, off initial impression, this is like a 99% perfect model on the outside. Now let's look at that interior, because I know that Inno does a great interior. They do a lot of extra effort, so I'm guessing here, same thing. Alright, look at this. This is a pretty great. So first you got the harnesses. You got the 5-point harnesses. It seems to be a decal, but nice decal. I mean, you can see the silver belt buckles, latches, the yellow printing. I think that might say Say Belt or something. It's so small I can't tell. But there's this red fire extinguisher here. And then, let's see here. couple vertical white, maybe e-brake system, shifter. No, I don't know. It's off to the side, so I'm not sure what that would be. And then let's try to look in from onto the driver's side here. Alright, so we got a black steering wheel. The floor pan is a different color, right? So you can really show the seats better off that way. Can we see the dash? Oh, look at that. It looks like there's a decal or some sort of printing of the tachometer. So the dashboard also has some color going on. The center console, I don't see anything there. But I think we've already seen a lot. And now I am just noticing here in the back. You see that tread? There's a spare tire right there. You can see the tread there. So can we see it from the front? Oh wow, it's the same wheel. So you can see the red OZ right there on the wheel hub, right? Maybe that flashlight might be too bright. Or if I come in from the back, that might be better. So there's a whole other wheel in there, printed and painted and everything with the tire on it as well. So that's really great detail. So very, very impressed. Very impressed indeed. So, wow, I gotta say, it's awesome. I mean, for the price, this is light years better than any TLV. There's just so much extra work going on in here. It's such a great value compared to TLV and the latest Kyoshos that come in these crystal boxes. I think those Kyoshos are overpriced as well. So I gotta say, Pop Race or /Inno64, you're doing a great job. This is really fantastic. So now you guys might be wondering about this one. So this is 187 scale. Amazing. Look at the detail on this. It's almost just as good. You see that tiny antenna there? That's insane. It's really nuts. I mean, it's less than a millimeter. It is such a small antenna. I don't know what it is. I'm not even sure if it's metal or like drawn out plastic. And then you got all these 6 separate headlights, fog lights, and the headlights. So, oh my, yeah. So the windshield wiper blades on this, they're separate metal etched, photo etched parts, and they're painted black. And if we look at the interior of this guy, look at this, seat belts and everything. So, and the roll cage. This is a different number. I'm not sure what rally this was running in. Oh, this is the Rally Monte Carlo. It says right there, and it's got the Monte Carlo badging there. So again, this one also has a spare wheel going on in the back. So the only thing that's different on 187 scale is the taillights are not separate plastic. They're like painted or a decal. I think they're a decal. And the brakes, well, I don't see a brake system there. So it's just like black air. But there is at least a gap of air between the spokes, which I don't see on Aoshimas or TLVs in many cases. So I'm almost starting to wonder if I should collect 187 again. They're a really great detail. I'm glad I held on to this. This is an old model. It might be 15 years old. It's made by Spark. Okay, so a few other notes here I found researching this car. Let me back out here, and you can maybe compare it to the photo behind as well. So this car, you know, it is the first car made by the Japanese that was designed for rally racing and actually won. So this won the WRC Manufacturers Championships in 1993 and 94, and then 3 drivers, Carlos Sainz in 1992, in this car itself, 1993, Juha Kankkunen, and then 1994, Didier Auriol. They won the Drivers' Championships in those years in one of these cars. So it's a really successful car, and according to other research, it's a really successful car of a rally that's known to be 3 times harder than any other rallies on the WRC calendar. So it's quite impressive, really. And so that's why I had to have this model in my collection. It's a great part of rally history. Okay then. Alright, well, appreciate you guys tuning in as usual, and I guess I'll see you around, and I'm gonna say catch you in a while, crocodile again, because I think there are crocodiles all over Africa. Alright, bye bye.